Shalom. If you're here to say Kaddish, stick with me for a moment. We'll have that opportunity. First, I want to address how, why, and when we can say Kaddish by ourselves and answer a question that I've been receiving about dealing with grief during this process of isolation. For those who don't know me, I'm Rabbi Bertie Becker. I've been serving as clergy for Pueblo, Colorado for nearly 20 years and around the state for 30 years. I've posted other videos, but wanted you to be able to come back easily to this one now that many of us are experiencing the reality of death of friends, family, and community members during this pandemic. I also have a web page if you want to contact me. It's very simple. It's my name, rabbibertiebecker.com. One of the rituals that is so thoroughly thought out in Judaism is the entirety of the mourning practice. There is a recognition of the stages of mourning and the processing of shock, anger, grief, guilt, and a myriad of other emotions that occur during a prolonged illness and a death, whether the death is expected or sudden. There is no correct way to grieve. The shock that takes over may not even be recognizable until we step out from its fog. The abandonment that one feels is distinct from other forms of loneliness. No one can fill the void of a lost loved one, which is not to say that you won't love again. However, as each person is distinct, so is every relationship, and the one that has ended through death will not be duplicated by any other relationship. The new one may be wonderful and fulfilling, but it won't be identical. And seeking identical will only add to the feeling of loss. There is no exact moment when grief ends. Grief recedes and abates, only to find us at an indiscriminate moment for no apparent reason. A smell, a voice, a laugh, a memory may trigger an unexpected wave of grief, or anger, or resentment, even against the trigger itself. The first year of experiencing every holiday, every joy, as well as every difficult event, can bring you back to those initial feelings. Each year, each new event may rekindle those experiences. Even not feeling the void may kindle grief or guilt. Moving on is not an option until you personally are ready. But if a significant number of family and friends are saying this to you, perhaps it has been an inordinate period of time, and you may want to seek assistance with the grief process. In this prolonged and repeated time of death, we can anticipate that the grieving period will also be prolonged and unusual. An integral component of the processing is community. To have family and friends surrounding you, embracing you, taking care of you, is a powerful tool for facilitating grief. When the physical expressions of emotion are shared, whether joyous or sad, they validate our experience. Sharing hugs are important, but in the absence of that physical contact, we can still share emotional and psychological support by sharing thoughts, memories, laughter, and tears. Community in Judaism is the minyan, 10 Jewish adults gathered together. This has been a cornerstone of prayer, and in normal time, there are prayers that cannot be said without that minyan. But the sages in their wisdom foresaw times when such gatherings would not be able to occur. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs wrote, Rav Soloveitchik, Zichrono Livracha, explains the Gemara saying that there is virtue in an individual making the effort to pray when the community is praying, even if he's davening at home, because if he davens at the time the community is davening, his prayer is joined to that of the community, and it is counted as if he were praying in a community. He based this on a sugya in Brachot, which tells the story of Rabbi Yitzhak advising Rabbi Nachman to pray at the same time as the community, a time referred to in Psalms 19 as a time of favor. Why is it a favorable time? Because the community is together praying. Right now, as I record, the community is gathered for prayers. In fact, I have them up on another computer in another room. For all those sitting Shiva, for those who have lost someone in the past week, those in Shilashim observing the 30 days of mourning, those in the first year of missing their deceased, and those observing a yahrzeit, the anniversary of death, and for those accustomed to saying for the deceased who otherwise have no one to say Kaddish for them. We now say it together while in isolation. We sanctify God's name, adding in the phrase, V'al kol yoshvei tevel, for all who dwell on earth, for never more than now are we one humanity. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah ba'alma di v'ra chirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam ul'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei dekudisha barich hu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who brings peace to the heaven grant comfort to all who mourn. Grant health to all who are ill and fighting this battle as well as any others for health. Grant strength to all of our caregivers and all of those who are out there supporting us, putting their lives on the line for us, whether it be medical people, all of the aides, all of the drivers, all of the grocery clerks, everyone who's still out there working so that we can live the way we would like to. And please grant support and comfort to all those in need of strength right now. And together we say, Amen.